can help you?
Hi, Miss. This is Detective Shepard. Sorry I missed your call.
All right. I was going to say, if maybe we got a whole on foot, I wouldn't mind meeting with you again.
Okay. When would you like to do that?
Well, it can't be today.
Okay.
How about sometime next week?
Okay.
About, so what's the 4th? The New Township or 5th? We could do it on the 5th, 6th, or what's this? Can't do that on the 7th or the 8th.
Well, I'd like to get it done sooner than later, but when you come in, I need you to be completely honest with me, okay?
But yeah, but that other guy, I'm sure, is a nice guy, but he doesn't have to be so hardcore, you know what I mean?
I understand, but, it's just kind of frustrating because, as I said, we're kind of like at an information gathering thing, and, when we're getting a bunch of different stories and from several different people, and then some of those stories are consistent, and then you come in and say something else, that's where it's kind of frustrating. And all we're really looking for is just what really happened. That's it. We're just trying to figure out.
I thought I did the right thing by telling the prosecutor that that I'd heard this. Not that I did it, that I'd heard it.
I understand,
okay.
but
is that the right thing to do? I think so.
Well, it is. But I mean, you had told Mr. Capel previously that you were going to talk to Miami Township that day. Did you ever go and talk to anyone at Miami?
I did not talk to anybody that day. I was kind of tied up, but I was going to do it. But it's just I just didn't get around to it. I'll be honest with you.
Okay. And I mean, I understand things happen. You get busy and stuff. But I don't know anything about you, Mister. But I mean, do you have children?
Oh, they're all grown and gone.
Okay. Well, do you have grandchildren or anything?
They're grown and gone too.
Oh, well, okay. But when, someone makes a statement regarding that about someone's family and their children, it's concerning, right?
It is. I agree with you on that. But no, I did not go to anybody else or talk to anybody else about it. I thought, well, if I did go to Mark. Mm-hmm. I thought that might be, because it didn't happen in Miami Township. I thought, well, I'll tell Mark to call me, I mean, was I wrong on that?
Well, I'm not saying that you're wrong in that, but my question is, I mean, I just need you to be honest with me. Did anyone really approach you or say anything to you, or are you just making this up, trying to get under Chris Hicks's skin?
No. It was said underneath their breath, so to speak. And that's all I can tell you. And I didn't even pay attention to it. I don't even talk to people that talk negatively. I just, like Chris Hicks, I don't even talk to him because he's so negative. But they said it in passing, and I thought, no, stay away from me. I don't want to talk to you. But I was in and out of headquarters. I was over to the courthouse. I was with the commissioners and get combination, get into place, handing out signs, hand something out for sheriff for the Stratton signs. I hand one or two of those out. And just try to tell you straight up, okay?
Well, I know, I appreciate that. I mean, I want you to be straight up with me. I want you to be honest with me. And, I mean, so when you say you heard it in passing, could you have maybe misheard something?
That's a possibility.
Okay.
I'll sit down and talk to you. How about the 5th? Is that okay?
Okay, so you want to come back down and talk to me more on the 5th?
What time?
You're not available to come back down, like, this afternoon? I mean...
No, I'm really not. I just can't. My wife's getting ready to leave for 2 weeks to go to Chile. Mm-hmm. And I don't mean Skyline, Chile.
I understand, out of the country, yes.
Out of the country. Let's see, what's Monday? I could do Monday, maybe.
Would it be better if I came to you?
You can come here if you want. You can come here Monday if you wish.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I could come today or this evening or tomorrow.
I got friends come over this evening. Tomorrow, I'll take her to the airport tomorrow.
Okay.
What time tomorrow? She leaves at 2:30.
Okay.
All I'm telling you, I just overheard something I thought was kind of distressing a little bit. To make a big deal, I think, well, I could just pass it off. But then I did mention to the prosecutor. I thought, well, maybe he should hear about this.
So you overheard it. No one approached you.
They were next to me, kind of. It's like, suppose you're in a mall or something. People are here. You hear stuff and so on and so forth. You overhear things. That's all. People are in there picking up signs, and I'm passing out literature. I'm going over to the courthouse to see who's working the polls. go into the courthouse, come out of the courthouse, back over to here, back over to there. I was pretty busy that day. And, but you hear things. I mean, you just hear it, that's all. I mean, I didn't think much of it at first. I thought, well, maybe, you know, something to it. But I did tell the prosecutor, which I think was pretty nice, don't you think?
I do think that was nice, but I just need to be clear. So no one said anything directly to you regarding Mr. Hicks. You just overheard.
No one right up to me and put their finger in my chest and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do, or this is going to happen. No, that didn't happen, no. I thought I made that clear. You know.
But did you overhear anyone specifically say, I'm going to hurt Chris Hicks?
No, I didn't hear that. All I heard was he could get hurt if he keeps this up. That's all something to that effect. Not the exact words, but to that effect.
But no one said that to you directly?
Not directly, no.
Well, I mean, so I'm just confused though. Like, why would you tell Andy that? Like, why did you tell Andy that those gentlemen approached you at the Rife and said that, hey, are you Greg Simpson? You know, that Chris Hicks guy. We're gonna mess him and his kid up.
No, he's got that wrong. He's got that wrong.
Mr. It's on recording. It's on recording. I have it on recording, and I heard you. And I know that it's you.
I'd like to hear that report. I'd like to hear it. I probably misinformed him that way, but I just want to make sure that I want you to know that what I overheard, so to speak, you know, and I'm in there.
I mean, I feel like we've kind of come full circle on this. You clearly said in that recording that they came up to you and said, they're gonna hurt Chris and his kid. They're gonna hurt him bad. They're gonna beat his ass.
No,
like
I was wrong in saying that. I was wrong in saying. All I said is I overheard. Okay, that he could get hurt. Okay. So I missed. My words were chosen improperly. That's all.
Okay. So no one directly approached you and made any direct threats towards Mr. Hicks or his son.
No. I just what I overheard.
Okay, and that never happened at the Rife. You were at the Claremont County Republican headquarters when you overheard this.
I won't bring any bad news on Columbus, that's all. But just over at the headquarters there, in that area. And I was going back and forth. I passed a lot of people, talked to a lot of people, and that's just all I can tell you, okay?
Okay.
I didn't, and I mean, how much more can I tell you? I mean, am I in trouble?
Well, I mean, the issue is when you are dishonest, you know, when I'm asking you questions and you're dishonest with me, that's where you can be in trouble. Okay,
In what way?
Because that's obstructing. When I'm conducting an investigation, then that's obstructing.
I'm trying to tell you what happened. I overheard something.
I understand.
Maybe I probably relayed it wrongly to the German from Union Township, but I didn't talk to anybody in Miami Township.
Well,
I did talk to Mr. Tcolby. I did tell him. But I just overheard it. I just overheard it.
And I understand if you maybe said these things to mess with Mr. Hicks. Like, are you doing it because he's a pain in the butt and you don't like what his perception is on the party? And that's fine. I mean, I understand that. That's your...
No. I would never do that. I mean, I haven't spoken to him in about a year or so. I might say hi or in passing or something, but I haven't really had any discussions with him since I was county chairman. And I really don't talk to him. In fact, the last time I talked to him, I asked him a question at the endorsement meeting about 2 months ago over there at Norland Manor. I asked him a question about when he's running for commissioner of Congress. I asked him a question there, something about Congress or commission, something like that. But I think that's the last time I spoke to him. But before that, I can't even remember the last time I spoke to him. I don't go out of my way to talk to him. He doesn't go out of his way to talk to me. I got no problems with him at all. I know a lot of people do. He's sued a lot of people, and I do know for a fact, and you do too, that a lot of people think he's a pain in the butt, but I really don't pay too much attention to him. But if I hear something, or overhear something, I don't interject in conversation. I just think, that might be interesting. I don't pay too much attention to it. But that's just the way it is, I mean, no one came right to me and said, hey, we're going to do this and do that. I know you're recording this, so I hope you get this, okay? They didn't get right in my face and say anything.
So no one
heard it.
No one got in your face.
If I related to the gentleman from Union Township the wrong way, I apologize. But the fact of the matter is people talk all the time. When it comes to politics, they're always, I worked the polls today and heard a bunch of stuff. You know, someone said, why don't they shoot Biden? And why don't they do that? Well, I'm not going to, I'm going to call the White House and say, guess what, someone down here in front of the polls said they want to shoot you. I'm not going to do that, You ever hear things all the time. So I'm just saying that if I'm not trying to mislead anybody about anything, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But that gentleman, I know he's trying to do his job, and I thought he should at least introduce himself a little bit better.
Well, I thought he came in and shook your hand and said who he was.
I don't call him shaking my hand. He told me who he was. But all I'm saying is if there are any other questions, you want to come out and see me tomorrow afternoon, you can. You want to come out and see me tomorrow morning, you can.
Well, I mean, if we can finish talking about it on the phone, but I just need to make sure, okay? So no one directly came up to you and made any statements regarding a threat towards Chris Hicks or his son?
No, they did not. But if I said it the wrong way and relaying it to the gentleman on Union Township, I apologize.
Okay.
I just took it. I don't like people making statements like that,
And you did you do this to try to get back at Chris, like I said, to just kind of get under his skin?
I got no acts against him. None. Chris has got, he plays no part in my life, my political stuff, nothing. Nothing. I mean, to me.
Well, I mean, didn't you guys run against each other, or?
Did I say that again, ma'am?
Didn't he run against you? I mean, I voted for you previously.
Well, thank you. No, in fact, I told him when he ran against me, we were going to have a debate. Somehow it didn't come about. I don't know why. But I said, we can have a debate if you want, him and another gentleman from Adams County. But I didn't, I got no real problem with him. I just think that he's very opinionated, and he sued Jeannie Zermely, and he sued the commissioners, and he sued everybody you can think of, townships and library boards. And he's going to make a lot of enemies. You keep that up. And I'm not saying I'm his enemy. I'm just saying you tick people off, and people get upset in arguments and so on, and he doesn't pick on any of the Democrats. He only picks on the Republicans. And all I'm saying is that I've got nothing against him, really. He's really kind of a smart guy, but he goes in the wrong direction. I think he'd get a lot more done if he softened his image a little bit. That's about it. But as far as talking to him, I haven't spoke to him. I wish him the very best. I wish his family the very best. I wouldn't know his wife and kid if they walked in the room. But I'm just saying that, he ran against me, and we were going to have a debate, but somehow it didn't come about. I don't know what happened there. But, I've got no real reason to talk to him.
Because you would smoke him. That's why he didn't want to have the debate.
What now?
You would smoke him. That's why you didn't want to have the debate.
Smoke?
Yeah. You would just blow him out of the water. Like,
say that one more time?
You would just blow him out of the water in a debate, wouldn't you?
I don't know. That'd be up to you to hear. But he doesn't like to debate. He likes to accuse.
I'd vote for you. But I mean, come on. I think we've established, with all the things that have happened with Mr. Hicks, that the things with the party, I just want to clear the stuff up,
All I can tell you is no one came right up to me and said, hey.
And I just want to close this report. Did you maybe make these comments just to try to get under Chris's skin?
No. I don't want anything to do with it. I thought I was doing the right thing by telling Mr. Chicalvi, because if I knew something happened to him and I'd heard something and I didn't say anything, I couldn't forgive myself. Okay. I don't like the guy, but I don't want anything happen to him. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm just not that kind of. I get my theology degree in hopefully by June. And if one thing's taught me is you don't hold ill will against anybody. He has his beliefs, I have my beliefs,
Mm-hmm.
And they may not coincide. But the fact of the matter is I don't hold any ill will against him. I don't. He's just who he is. And that's all there is to it. And I know he's ticked off a lot of people. In fact, I'll tell you what. and you probably don't know this, there was a meeting, I was chairman of the party still, and you can ask the gentleman from Union Township who filed this report, because I brought it up to him. Jason Fraley came in and sat down right next to him because he got attacked Jason on email really bad, real bad. And I thought Jason's going to tear his head off. I said, you two got something to do, you settle it outside. Don't take it out of this room. He said, well, I remember you saying that. I just don't believe, and I spoke to Jason afterwards a little bit. I don't even know if he remembers it. I said, don't do that anymore. I said, I don't like that. And like that last meeting, he had the headbutting. I think that's terrible. All I'm saying is, I got no acts. He ran against me. I've got no acts against him. I just think it would just better if he stays on that side of the street and I stay on this side of the street. But if I thought someone was going to hurt him, then I would step in and say, hey, you can't do that. That's not.
All right. So is there any threat against Chris or his son, or are they in danger?
No, I wouldn't think so. The way they said it was kind of like, the way I heard it, kind of like he could be in big trouble with some people. And, it's just kind
So
of
they
like,
could have just been talking about that NAAC, like the thing on the news. They could have, it's just, you overheard something.
I just overheard something, and it was not that big a deal. But I thought, then I talked to Mark about it. I said, did I do the right thing? And Mark's words were, well, you do what you think's right. Well, I said, well, Mark, because I saw him day about 1 o'clock, a little before 1. And I mentioned it to him. He said, well, if you think you did the right thing, you did the right thing. And, I don't want anything to happen to him, you, or anybody, even the guy that came in and talked to me. I wish you all the best. I don't work in that world. I just like to keep things nice and clean. If I hear something, if I thought he was in danger or something, I would call somebody, the police or something, say, hey, I heard this person said directly to me that they're going to do this.
Well, but that's what we're here about, Mr. You were telling people that there was this allegation of Mr. Hicks.
I probably said it wrong, and I apologize. I just kind of felt that he could be in, and I can't even identify these clowns. I didn't even want to talk to them. I just get in, get out, move on. I'm not the party chair. I just get my signs.
Did you tell anyone else?
That's the only two that I can think of. The guy at Union Township, I told his buddy over in Brown County. And that's it. And Mark Jacoby, that's the only 3.
Okay. So just, I'm still going to vote for you. I just.
Well, no, I just don't want to be, I just, if you want to come out and talk to me, Mark, feel free to.
You seem like a really nice person, but I just got to clear this up, So
where do we go from here? What happens now?
I have you on recording making those statements, and so that's kind of where I'm at still, and that's what's bothering me, and you're saying that it was misquoted, and so, and if you were just messing with Hicks, then I just need you to tell me that's what it was. That you were just, if you were just shit-talking Chris Hicks, then you're just shit-talking Chris Hicks. And that way I can close this report. I'm just shit-talking, I'm just shit-talking.
I don't even think about that guy, okay? I don't.
Yeah, otherwise I gotta keep looking.
I just overheard something that I thought was, in my mind, what I heard. It's like if you have a room full of people, you tell one person on one side of the room this, by the time you get to the other side of the room, it's changed somewhat.
I understand the game of telephone very well, but
all I'm saying, I'm not messing with Chris Hicks. I wish him the very best. I wouldn't vote for him, but I wish him the very best. I don't wish any ill will to anybody, period.
Okay.
And if someone came up to me and said something about you, I feel, if I thought it was threatening, I feel obligated to say, hey, this is what I heard. I think you might want to pay attention to this, or you may not. It'll be up to you.
Okay.
But I'm just being honest with you. That's why I called you back. I just want to clear the air. Just say, hey, and if you want to come out and talk to me, come out and talk to me. Come out right now if you want.
So, where you're leaving it as is that you just overheard some unknown person talking to another person? You don't know who they were talking to?
I didn't even know who they were.
So like they came into the Republican headquarters
I'm
together?
in and out of the headquarters, okay?
Mhm.
Back and forth.
Are there cameras in the headquarters building?
I beg your pardon?
Are there cameras in the headquarters building?
I don't know if there are or not, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But it was either there, between there and the courthouse, or right at the headquarters. It's right in that area, okay?
Oh, so you were on the sidewalk?
It happened so fast, I didn't pay attention to it, okay?
Okay.
I'm not messing with Chris Hicks. I wish him the best. All I can tell you is this. If I hear something, and I think it's kind of intimidating, okay, I feel obligated. I should say something, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have called the police right away if someone makes a threat towards somebody.
It wasn't actually, I don't say it. It's kind of like a mouthing off. Like today, this woman said, someone should shoot Biden. Well, am I going to call the police and have the little old lady arrested? She's down there. I was working the polls. People can tell you I was out there working the polls. She comes in. I give her a Republican slate card. And she's, I'm vote Republican. This country's got to change. Someone ought to shoot Biden. Well, what am I going to do? Call the Batavia police? She's just mouthing off. You know, I don't think she really means that. You know.
Well, you never know. I mean, have you heard of those swatting phone calls? We had a situation like that. We had a guy that's swatting somebody, and he made a threat on, the government, and we got to report that stuff because you never know.
I should. Maybe I should have. Maybe
Yeah.
called the Batavia police. Say, hey,
Yeah, I'm sure that.
She's about 85 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just mouthing off. Just.
I'm sure Chief
frustration.
Young would have loved to have spoke to you.
I'm sorry.
I'm sure Chief Young would have loved to spoke to you about that.
Yeah, well, other people come up the polls. I'm trying to hand stuff out and get things done. And, people come up and express their frustrations about everything at the polls. Whether it be on abortion or this or that. I had a woman come up. I said, would you like a Republican slate card? No, because I believe in abortion and blah, 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 blah.
All right. Okay, let's think real hard. What did you really hear them say? What were their exact words?
All I heard, the best I can recall, it's been about 2 weeks ago, that guy's going to get himself hurt. I think that's what they said. The guy's going to get himself or his family hurt if he keeps doing stuff. Something of that nature. That's all I remember. That's the best I can remember.
Did you really hear that?
Well, of course I did. I wouldn't say it. I'm not making it up. Why would I make that up?
Well, because, on a call with Andy Capel, it was that a guy came up to you and was like, hey, you know that Chris Hicks? Well, yes, I do. And, well, we're going to deal with him. We're going to deal with him. We're going to beat him. We're going to beat him real bad. Him and his son. That's what you had told Andy Capel.
I might have introduced myself. I don't know. I'll say you go. But I should have been more careful what I said to Andy and realized. But all I thought at the time was, you're a friend of his. Just beware, Jim. Just be careful what you're doing out there. That's all. Just be careful out there because there are a lot of nuts out there. Like you saw in that one phone call. All I'm trying to say is, and I'm not trying to cause any problems with anybody. That's why I even told the prosecutor. He said, well, if you feel you had to do that, you did that. But I said, what do you want me to do? I said, I'm not trying to cause a problem, but it weighed on my soul a little bit that, someone might. You should be careful out there. That's all the stuff that he puts out on Facebook. You never know. You just never know. And so there are a lot of crazy people out there. You know that. You deal with them all day long.
I do. I deal with crazy people all the time. But, you're the one who has to sleep with this tonight. You got to go to sleep and put your head down on the pillow at night. So that's what I'm just saying. If this didn't happen, you can just tell me and we'll be done with this. We can close this. But if
I'm just telling you what was said in passing was so quick. What do you want me to say? If I say it didn't happen, then I'll be lying.
I just want you to be truthful. That's all I want. That's all I've wanted the whole time.
I'm telling you straight up, detective. It was in passing. It was quick. It was bang, bang, just like that.
It was here.
And that's all it was. I can't identify them. I don't know who they are. Don't care. Don't want to know people like that. When I worked in headquarters, I'd have people coming in with guns and mouthing off about stuff. I didn't call the police, but, just let it go. But they didn't threaten anybody. But what do you want me to do? I'm telling you straight. I'm telling you everything I know. Okay? Everything I know.
Okay.
And so now what's the next step?
Well, I'm just, like I said, I'm in an information gathering phase, so I'm going to review all of the information that I have. And I got to keep I have to keep looking for these persons that walked into the headquarters. That's where it's at. I mean, I have to try to find these
I was
subjects.
walking from headquarters to the courthouse and back to the courthouse and headquarters back in the courthouse, on and on. I'm sure they got cameras in the courthouse. You'll see me in there.
So now it was in the courthouse?
I beg your pardon?
So now it could have been in the courthouse?
I didn't say that.
Oh,
I was
well-
walking back and forth.
Okay.
And I said, but I was down there that day, first day of voting. You can see me right there. I was in there. I was looking for the commissioners. I was going in to say hi to a few people, talking to a few people, going back to headquarters, going back to my car, going to headquarters, picking up stuff that locked didn't work. Some guy was in there. He let me in. He's a campaign manager for some congressional candidate. And he let me in. Some lady came in. She wanted to sign for the guy running for sheriff. I said, fine, here it is. A couple other people came by. I'm going in and out. As I'm going in, going out. People just say things to you, that's all. Are you open? How late you open? Stuff like that. It's just real quick, that's all. I mean, I can't even, if I could remember what they look like, I'd say, I just don't pay attention to people like that, you know? And I'm sorry Andy Capel got all worked up. My fault, maybe, because I should have been a little more clearer to him, you know?
Well, but it's not just Andy. I mean, you made a statement to Mr. Owens, too, in regards to it. So, I mean...
I should have been more clear.
But, I mean, even today with talking to me, it's not overly clear. I was in the headquarters, I overheard, well, then I was on the sidewalk, I was from the sidewalk near the courthouse, so I just need to be very, very clear. Like, I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to picture where you were.
I think I was going outside the door. I'm not positive. It's been 2 weeks ago.
Well, I just want you to close your eyes, okay? Stop for just 1 second. Close your eyes and think about it, okay? Think real hard and visualize everything around you as you're hearing it.
Headquarters, I was either going in or out. I just can't recall. I'm being dead honest with you. 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Do you remember what you did yesterday? Come on.
I do.
Okay, well, good for you. You're good. I'm just saying, maybe I exaggerate a little bit to Capel, and I didn't mean to on purpose. Okay?
So you exaggerated to Mr. Capel?
If he thinks I said it that way, I apologize.
It's not a think, Mr. Simpson. It's on recording.
I understand that, but what I'm trying to tell you is what I relayed to him. I just want Chris to be careful, that's all.
Well, why do you want Chris to be careful about?
Chris, all hell's going to break loose, you know? But I wouldn't say that, but all I'm just saying, it happened so damn quick. What do you want me to do? I can't. I run into a lot of people back and forth, going to and from there, you know, and I just overheard. They didn't say it to me directly, okay? They didn't come up and say, hey, we're going to do this. No. If they had done that, I'd have done something. But you hear, they say, and it's kind of like matter of fact, like, well, this guy's going to get hurt. He keeps up, you know, and stuff like that. You guys be careful or something like that. I don't know. It just happened so quick. I don't know what else I can tell you, man. I mean, I'm trying to be as honest as I can with you. And I just don't know what else I can say. I mean, it's something I overheard. And they didn't say it to me directly. Okay? So, if I'm misinformed Mr. Capel or what's his name over in Brown County there?
Mr. Owens?
Yeah, I meant to say, I should have said I overheard it. That's what I heard.
Well,
you know,
but
just overheard.
Even the location of where you overheard it has changed when you spoke to them.
I said I didn't want to mention Columbus. I just didn't want to.
So did it happen in Columbus or did it happen in Batavia?
Batavia.
Okay. So it never happened in Columbus. Nothing happened in Columbus.
Nope, it never did. Because, you know, our headquarters get such bad news, bad press. I just don't want to see it happening anymore. It's ugly. It's very ugly. And I just best do that.
Well, and I mean, I see the stuff on the news. I see the Facebook stuff. I see all that. So that's what I'm asking is, you know, is this maybe a little jab at Mr. Hicks because of all that's been going on recently?
No. I don't. No. Because Mr. Hicks is kind of his own worst enemy. A lot of people take him with a grain of salt. Some people don't. Some people get upset. I know when I was working in the 2020 election over there, a lot of people they saying bad things and mouthing off about different people. Sometimes just take a grain of salt. Just take your stuff and get out. Take your signs and get going. And this is it. Here's your slate card, so on and so forth. No, I didn't want to take a jab at Chris Hicks. Don't care about him really. Nothing. Anything happened bad to him. But then again, I kind of wonder sometimes. You could put yourself out there and get yourself. Get people get in your face. And that's what I told the prosecutor today. Did I do the right thing? He kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, well, you did what you think was right. And I think I did it well. I just told him. And so there you go. I mean, what else can I do? Is there anything else I can help you with? You want to come out and talk to me again? You can.
Well, I mean, can I be honest with you now?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think that this happened. That's what everything's telling me. I don't think that this happened. And that's what it's telling me. It's that this didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to keep going to prove that it did or didn't happen. So I have to go back and try to find these subjects that you say that you overheard.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and if you would just tell me, then we could be done. But so that's what I'm saying.
It happened. I don't know if I can. It's just it was so quick, and I overheard it real quickly. And I was thinking to myself, I guess I did hear that right. And I didn't say, just get your stuff and get it. I get going, do this. I don't want to be around people who are like that. I just don't.
Okay, so you're saying
like today,
2 weeks ago at the headquarters around 10 o'clock.
Say that again?
2 weeks ago at the headquarters around 10 o'clock.
I was there between 10 and 12. I know that. That's the best I can think on the time.
Well, then I'm going to have to keep digging into this until I can review all of that.
What if you can't find these guys? Then what?
I mean, it'll never end. I mean,
it's going to end sometime. Everything ends.
now while we're at information gathering, we're trying to gather all the information. I mean, you got to think about it. There's traffic cams, there's people's car cams, all this stuff, business surveillance, everything. So you got to beat down all of those doors. You got to make sure you cross all your I's, dot all of your T's to say that everything is done.
Yeah. Well, I hope you see me on the camera because you'll see me walking back and forth quite a few times. And you'll see people passing me and you'll see people talking to me and people in the courthouse and this and that. I mean, all I'm saying, it was so quick and I overheard it. They didn't say it directly to me. I'm being upfront with you about everything, okay? Mm-hmm. So I don't know what else I can say. I mean,
so quick.
I don't, Mr. Hicks.
But I mean, if it was so quick, did you really hear this correctly? And that's what I'm saying.
I'm pretty sure I heard it correctly, yeah. I'm pretty sure. And
then you exaggerated the facts to Mr. Capel and Mr. Owens.
Now, pay attention. I do wear hearing aids. I'm considered pretty much deaf. I don't know if you saw when I walked in there.
Yeah, you wear hearing aids, and you're pretty much deaf?
Pretty much.
Okay.
I mean,
so could you be wrong? Could you be wrong about what you heard?
I don't know. I think I know what I heard. But I got a 60% hearing loss, too.
60% hearing loss.
You can write that down. I know you are. Or you can check with the VA. Go up and talk to Roger up there. He'll tell you. At the VA up there in right there in the building there where the prosecutor's office is.
Veterans Affairs.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if they can release that information, but I can give it to you.
Okay, well, I think that's all that we can cover today. And I really appreciate you calling me back. And
well, I just want to be, look, you may not believe me. I know what I think I heard, and I do wear hearing aids, okay? But I don't want to see anything happen bad to anybody. I don't care if it's Chris Hicks, if it's my goofy neighbor next door, or anybody. I'm not into that.
Well, the
I'm not
most
into-
important thing that we need to establish is that there was no direct threat, that no one's in danger, and things like that. But, we just gotta keep going until we can.
Could I have misunderstood him? I don't think so, but here again, I got a 60% hearing loss. So, and you can check that out with a VA, or I'll give you the paperwork if you wish.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
I
that.
mean, if you want it, I can give it to you.
Okay. Well, you have my card that I gave you today, right?
Let me see. Hold on a second. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Yeah, right here.
Okay. Well, my
Well-
email's on there. If you want, whatever you'd like to send me, you can send it to me through an email.
Well, or that, or you can say I need that, and I'll send it to you. Okay.
Well, whatever you'd like to send me, you can send it to me in an email.
Okay. Anything else you need? Do you want to stop out and see me still?
I'll follow back up with you Monday.
Okay. Well, you have a great weekend. Okay.
You too, sir.
Have a good one. Talk to you Monday.